Okay, so hey, yeah, going to be going through Weekly Towers week 10 here, kind of walk through of how I did it and then kind of give you some advice if you are struggling or just want some general advice. So match 1, it's the 6-man tornado tag. Match 2 against Axiom. Match 3 against Seth. Match 4 against Damian Priest. Match 5 is a 6-man tag match. I'd say the most annoying one is probably the tornado tag, to be honest, just because of how unpredictable it can be with there being so many people fighting at once. And then the 6-man tag is probably the second hardest. So here, went through the 6-man tag, and yeah, so what you want to do, in my opinion, is you want to get yourself focused on Angel, because if you can see their I can't think of the name of it now. Their like special ability that they have. Toro and Humberto both have resiliency, whereas Angel doesn't. So once you get him kind of orangey red, you hit your finisher on him and he's down. And then the issue, obviously, in a 6-man tag match is trying to get into that situation where your pin's not going to be broken. So what you want to do, what I'm doing here, I'm trying to get them out of the ring to try and get either the MVP or Shelton on my team to go out the ring and have a fight with them outside, but you can see it's not going too well, it's not being too successful, but there's no rush yet because no one's going to be able to be taken out anyway. Teammates, so I chose MVP and Shelton Benjamin as teammates. I mean, MVP I chose to because when he taunts he'll get a finisher, so I figured that's increased chance. You can see him taunting there, that's increased chance of your AI teammate being able to hit a finisher on someone and hit a pin and potentially win the match. And then Shelton was just, this is one of my highest rated guys. I don't have a like second partner for a tornado tag match that I'm a fan of. So you can see there MVP's hit his finisher and pinned. Waited it too early, so no resiliency blown or anything. So I mean, maybe I'd be better off being MVP, giving myself that finisher. Yeah, and then actually my theory with Shelton was he might win with submission, but you'll see in a bit later that he gets someone into an ankle lock and doesn't actually submit them or anything. No one has any leg damage. So here I'm fighting with Angel down at the bottom, and this is kind of the point where you're going to be able to start getting pins off. And still, MVP, my first teammate to actually leave the ring there, I think. But then the AI are both in the ring fighting against my Shelton. MVP tries to get onto Angel here. I don't know if it would have been, I don't know if I should have let him have him. But no, because of the resiliency, I wanted to keep Angel on my side so that I can pin him. And you see here Shelton MVP still in the ring, so I'm kind of just waiting for an opportunity. I've almost got my finisher and I want to figure out how to get him into the ring and get the pin off on him. I think the best way would be to see when, like here, if I get him in the ring now, I could pin him because MVP and Shelton both have the other two locked in their animations. So I decided to throw him in the ring, and then fortunately at the same time MVP goes out of the ring with his guy, but the my opponent's Cruz is up and fighting. So I hit my finisher on Angel and then start attacking Cruz, thinking, oh, Shelton can pin him. Shelton doesn't bother pinning him, he just starts going for taunts, but gives me a chance to pin him anyway myself, and yeah, there we go, win. No real issues there. I guess the main thing to watch out for is if any of your guys can get pinned, but they weren't like kind of damaged enough to fall into a situation where they might get pinned. And move on to match 2 against Axiom. And this is just like, I don't think anyone will have issues with this, but the way that I do these kind of matches, try and get them over quickly, is I use MVP because he gets that free finisher from taunting. So with MVP, what you want to do is you want to hit heavy combos. So X on Xbox or square on PlayStation, press it once or twice, and then you start pressing A on Xbox or X on PlayStation to hit the heavy combos. You can see it's not as good as Sting like a bee, but it does do a lot of stun meter to them. Yeah, 2 combos and he's stunned. I've got my finisher from taunting, but you wouldn't be able to pin him in this scenario. He's not damaged enough, so I don't bother hitting the finisher. Just get a few more punches off. So now that his orange head, sometimes you will be able to win from that and sometimes you won't. So I'm going for another stun now, and then once I get another stun off on him, I'm going to hit my finisher. The reason I wait to do that is because if you have them stunned, they can't counter your finisher. So I like to wait until I hit a stun on them to use the finisher, because if they counter it, you've wasted a lot of time. Although actually I didn't even bother there. So I didn't realise while I was watching there, but my thinking was he didn't have his resiliency yet, so I went for the finisher thinking I might get the quick win, but you can see that after I hit the finisher, which happens a lot of the time, it just gives him his resiliency anyway to break out. And then I went up for a roll-up pin here, just because I'd read some people saying roll-up pins are like a good way to get wins, so I was just kind of testing out what it kind of got him to in terms of like the pin, but he broke out 1. Then here, there we go, there's the stun meter, and then hit the signature. He can't counter it because he's stunned, and then that will be the win. Like a signature or a finisher when they're red, orange will, especially with a head injury, will do it. Yeah, that was nice and easy. And then on to Seth next, which is going to be like the same again, same as Axiom. Hitting their heavy combos on him. You need 30 MFP points. You can get that with 2 taunts. It's fine, not an issue. Again, just like Axiom, 2 heavy combos has stunned him. Hit a taunt for him, the finisher. I mean, really, you could have just kept beating on him so where he can't counter instead of taunting, then taunt when you have an opportunity at a different point. But I just like getting the taunts out of the way, because there's been times where I've ended up hitting a finisher on someone and pinning them, and I didn't even get the MFP points, so I have to do the match again. Okay, so just locked into a fight with Seth here. Yeah, this could have gone smoother than it did. There was a point came up where I'm not getting my counters off on him, so he's just weighing on me for a bit. Which also, speaking of reversals, is another reason why I choose MVP. So MVP has an ability where you can see there, always see it coming. When the opponent attacks you and you reverse it, he gets a massive boost to his special. So you can see down there, I've already got special meter and finisher meter. But MVP just gets his specials and finishes really quickly, because he gets the taunt 1 for free, and then when you counter, you get a big boost to his special bar with the purple badge. So here, this is like a situation where if I just hit 2 finishers on Seth now, I think I'll win. So I'm trying to get the stun off on him. I think because I have 2 finishers, I could have just gone for a finisher and risked the chance that he might counter it. Suicide dive, they are really easy to counter. They are. Them and top rope moves, I think, are like some of the easiest to counter. You see here, I've got two finishers. I'm trying to hit the stun off on Seth, and then he's countering me. He's got orange head now. In a situation like that, I like using the quick recover, because otherwise you risk just getting wailed on by them if you by chance just pressing the wrong counter button. There, he was hitting a taunt, so he couldn't counter, so he couldn't reverse me. That's why I hit that finisher there. And there, another like easy win. But if someone's taunting, they can't reverse your move. And now, so that's Seth out the way, and now it is on to, I think is it Damian Priest next? Yeah, Damian Priest. So this is a last man standing match, and this one again, it could have gone smoother. Not because of same thing that happened with Seth there, where he just kept countering me, but because of thinking I had the 10 count when actually I didn't have the 10 count. So you see here, again, MVP's combo, 2 heavy combos already stunned. You need 45 MFP here, which you'll get 2 taunts and then a finisher will get you that. Already hit 10 light attacks for an MFP, 15 MFPs just from using the light attacks in the middle of my combos. See, look at my special meter as well from that counter there. And then I should have stayed near him to just get the counter off and get myself a special. But I decided to dodge it instead. Heavy combo to stun him. That was 1 combo to stun him. I think because his head is damaged and he's bleeding. Hit the finisher on him. I thought this would get the 10 count. I swear I've got a 10 count before when they're on orange in Last Man Standing, but you can see here that he actually gets back up at 9. A bit annoying. Go for another heavy combo. Get countered. He loves them springboard attacks. There you go, straight for signature because I was a bit annoyed. And getting back up. Hit the stun on him so he can't counter my finisher. And I was thinking, this is it. Red and orange. Got to be. But you see, again, he somehow gets up at 9, which is maybe Damian Priest has some of his stats mean he gets up quicker than some other superstars, but I've definitely had people out for the count like that. Maybe it's because his health bar isn't fully depleted. So now see that special bar boost I got again from a counter on him. So now he's red head, red body, and injured. So now he's stunned. Signature move. And this one. But yeah, signature's the one that beats him in the end rather than the finisher. 9 and 10. So now on to the 6-man tag match. So for this one, the team I used was so MVP as my guy, the guy I start as, then Xavier Woods and R-Truth as my tag partners. So R-Truth has like a worse version of MVP's badge where if he taunts 3 times he gets a finisher, and then Xavier Woods, he gets a massive boost to his special bar when you tag him in. So tactic for this is to wail on Rey Mysterio. Like he takes damage quite easily. 1 heavy combo on him there. Taunt. And then he maybe a silly taunt from me because he gets straight back up. What you don't want him tagging, so don't throw him into his corner. And then whenever you see him start going for it, attack him, stop him getting a tag in. But yeah, he won't go for it for a bit. And if he tagged now, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. You've not done much damage to him anyway. You see that if you start seeing them put you into the animation where they're going to start like dragging you across, just keep spamming Y because it will pop up with or triangle on PlayStation. It'll pop up with the reversal counter every time if they try and start dragging you. So here we go. You can see I barely hit Mysterio. I've only hit like 2 or 3 combos on him outside of him attacking me, and he's got orange head. Red head already. Red head gives you a 15 MFP with MVP. I have a signature and a finisher. I mean, really, I think I would have had a good chance of ending it here. But I used my signature to get up because I thought I'd be tagging in Xavier Woods anyway. But yeah, I'm trying to get a stun on Rey now. There we go. So I can hit my finisher, knock his 2 partners off the ring, which will stun them. So you see here, if you run and press like the attack button, you'll spear them off and it will give them a full stun meter, which means you can pin, and then Ray will get resiliency. So then I think if I hit a signature there, I could have then hit a finisher now and got the win. But yeah, instead, tagging Xavier Woods, and you can see just from tagging him in, he's almost already got his special meter. And then Ray rolls out the ring annoyingly, which means I'm going to have to go out there and fight him. But if you do what I did earlier and spear, if I was to spear Eddie off again right now, it wouldn't stun him. You have to wait a while before doing it again to get the guaranteed stun. So yeah, I just make sure I get my signature with Xavier Woods, and then you can tell once I stun him. The good thing about fighting outside the ring here is that he can't tag. Yeah, stun him, and then I go to hit my signature, but I didn't realise what Xavier's signature was, so I know it's the honor roll, but I thought he had one where you were standing there. And then I went to look at his moves, and I was looking at MVP signatures, so I was thinking, why can I not use my signature on him? Xavier, you have to be standing in the corner with them on the floor like that. Yeah, the other good, see that? That's the him crawling there is the hot tag animation. As soon as he does that, you need to take him down. Yeah, Xavier has Sting like a bee as well, which is also really good for him. You can just constantly get stuns off. Now here, yeah, it was bugged out. It wouldn't let me use my corner signature. I had to go into the other corner to do it. I think it's because he was too close. So now he could have countered this, which would have been an absolute nightmare. You'll see, look, spear Eddie off, stunned, spear Dominik off, stunned, and now we'll get the win with the pin. So yeah, none of them took too long. Like, the actual matches for everything, like, well under 15 minutes, not 15 minutes, well under 20 minutes, just over 15 minutes. So yeah, hopefully that helped. And yeah, make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see any more. I think I'll start uploading the weekly towers, yeah, consistently, just to give you an idea of what I do in case you're struggling with it. And then I'm going to do some of the live event stuff also. So Shane McMahon, I'm going to try and figure out how to do that easily, because that looks like a pain. And then Shout and Benjamin as well. Oh, but that should be right. So